Hello. Hello, Sue. I had to quickly get up, and these are new glasses, and I can't read anything. There we go. Now I can see. They're just for close up. There's Remy. She says hi. Okay. Sorry about that. I was sitting here making my list for the weekend, which they're generally very long. Anyway, that's why I never get everything done. My lists are too long. So hello, Sue. How are you? It has been a week. How is the heat treating you? Bring Remy a little closer. So, okay, here we go. The heat is killing you. Yes, it's been a little bit warm here, but I know it's not as hot as it is where you are. It's supposed to cool down tonight, so. And you are just want to go everywhere. This has been quite a week. So, it was kind of a crappy week. And nothing really too much. Oh, Sue says her air conditioner is working overtime. I bet you it is. So I don't seem to be in the camera. I know I'm upstairs again. Not in the usual spot. There. Sorry, my brain is everywhere. So yesterday, I started the day off, and in the video that I filmed, I was wearing the same shirt. Anyway, I was getting ready for work, like you do. You're rushing around, trying to make sure you have everything going out the door. And I didn't have time to eat my breakfast, which was peanut butter on toast. Very fancy. And I just stuck it in my mouth, carrying everything, and I still have a cane. And unbeknownst to me, I get to work, and I thought, why can't I smell peanut butter? And I had a big glob of it on my shirt. So I had to scrape it off, and then I had a big mark on my shirt all day at work. I don't think anybody noticed, but anyway, I knew it was there. And then so my day didn't start off very good, and then I got a notification on my phone that YouTube told me that I have 500 subscribers. And when I looked it up at home, it said I had 2 milestones, and the other one was 30,000 views on my channel, which is pretty amazing. So I was very excited. Very excited. Oh, Sue says 505 now. Yes. It has been steadily growing since, well, most of this year. And the shorts seem to be really helping. Like, I don't know if YouTube is notifying more people or whatever, but yeah, it's slowly climbing all the time. And I have been on YouTube for quite a few years. Most people, they seem to go to 1,000 overnight, but because that's the ultimate goal of your channel, is to get over the 1,000. But for me, it's been getting past 400. I've stayed at 400 for, I don't know, well over a year now, I think it's been. it would go to 4:30 and then drop and then go up, and because it always goes up and down. So I hope it doesn't go down anymore, but yeah. So it's encouraging to know that, yeah, I can't remember what it was at there a week ago. It was like 480 or something like that. So yeah, so it's been steadily climbing, and I am very excited because it pumps you up a little bit to try more things, and you don't get discouraged and think, well, why am I doing this? So I will continue on, and always try and get better, because that is the hardest part, is getting better at it. So, Sue, did you get over your losing your sojo because you're just too hot to do anything? Is that what's going on? Which I don't blame you. I actually had to have a um I just read Sue's comment, you've gotten better, but I can't read and talk, and I haven't gotten that much better. That's my train of thought. I actually had to have a nap. I was so tired. After work today, I just couldn't keep my eyes open. I was just, tired. Anyway, it's not a nice thing to talk about and say, oh, but I'm only getting 5 and 6 hours sleep this week, and it's just, I don't know why, but too many things going on. My sister left for the other side of the world this week, and she's in a country that is not exactly a safe place to live, and she's in the military. So she got there safe and sound, and I've talked to her like text sort of and email. I haven't talked to her that much, but she's sent me some messages saying she's okay. And she's in a hotel for now, and the rest of the team that she's working with is somewhere else. So she will be moved closer, I think, to them, but not till later in the month. So that's not exactly encouraging, but anyway, she is okay. So that's the main thing. Oh, and Sue is back sewing again. Good to hear. Have you been watching Stuart at the Wool Patch? The sewing bee. Because if you can't watch the sewing bee, that's the best way to know what's going on is if you watch the Wool Patch, which I've mentioned before on this channel, and I watch it. He put up a comment of mine in one of his videos from last week, I think it was. Anyway, that might be where some of my subscribers are coming from as well, because he's been putting my comments up every once in a while. But they're getting lots of views and lots of comments on their videos, so, which is really great. So if you were watching that, this week on the Sewing Bee was lingerie week, and they were doing flat piping on a pajama top, and then the transformation challenge was take shapewear and make something out of it, which my mind went totally blank. I don't know what you would do with that except build on top of it, but as a garment, which would be very difficult to do because it is stretched so much and then to sew something that isn't stretchy onto it, you would have to have it stretched out. Just, I don't know how that would work. That would be a mess, I would think. Um, and anyway, so that was the transformation challenge, was the shapewear, and they only have 90. They always have 90 minutes to do that. And then the last channel had to be a corseted type garment. I can't remember what it was called. Was it a gown? I think most of them made like a corseted topped sort of gown that had a skirt of some sort on it, which were really beautiful. So, yeah. I've not done, I have used boning before. I didn't hate it. It just, I think you would have to have a lot of practice with that to make it work really well. So if I was going on the sewing bee, I would definitely be practicing making lots of corseted type garments to get all the practice with boning. But I have done flat piping before, and this looks like a rag. This is a pajama top that I made a long time ago. And then I added 2 layers. There's a white and a blue, and it's not perfectly even either. Where's the other sleeve? Yeah, this is practically threadbare. I don't wear it this time of year. Here's another cuff. So this is the cuff, and then I added that. I actually didn't know flat piping was called a thing. I just called it piping. Hello, Edna. Glad you could make it. Um, Edna saying hello to Sue. Sue says you haven't lived until you altered a gown with a built-in corset. Yes, I've done the prom thing, and yeah, I think that's where I've done boning before. I had to make, it was like a prom outfit. She kind of designed it herself. We used 2 different patterns, and it was like a halter style corset top, and then it had a skirt that had an odd hemline, had to have beads sewn on it. Yeah, that was quite the outfit. Turned out good, but you could tell I didn't do a lot of boning, but she was really happy with it. Christine is here. Hello, Christine. And this is not water. One night, it is not water. So that is what's going on the Sewing Bee Lingerie Week. Oh, why is that doing that? So I see that Chris is back. She had a video up this week. So notes. Oh, Edith, you found me. Hello, how are you? Nice for you to join in the sewing chat. Yeah. So yes, Chris from Sew Notes, she put a video up this week, and because she's been in live chat before, I think, and she is in the prairies, I believe. That's where she's from. I don't want to say which province because I might have it wrong. My glasses keep sliding down. I feel like a doctor talking over my glasses. Um, I'm glad that you're good, Edith, and everyone is saying hello. Uh, so, other news this week. So, the big news is the channel, 30,000 views, very exciting, and 505 subscribers. So, that is excellent. And it took a long time to get there because I've been doing this for a long time, and Sue says I'm getting better, but I don't know. I do try and change up the cameras and the sound, and I'm going to be shortly trying some new, I know this is boring, but editing software, and you have to get all these apps, and then you have to learn a new thing. And so, yeah, if you have a YouTube channel and you don't like learning stuff, you're not going to like it. You have to learn new things all the time. It's not always just about sewing. So, uh, yes. So, other news is last weekend I tried to use my industrial machine and have been having problems with the motor and thought that it was the reason for it smelling, having that burning smell was lint. And a lot of lint was blown out of the motor, which I was amazed because there's no real holes in the motor anywhere, like for stuff to fall in it. And it's underneath the table of the sewing machine, but I guess it must suck it in or something. Anyway, the so I haven't used the machine for over 6 months because I've moved my sewing room, which is where I am upstairs in my house, and my sewing room is downstairs because of my hip surgery, and I'm still hobbling around. Anyway, I thought that's it. I turned the machine on less than 5 minutes. I don't even think it was on for 5 minutes, and it smelled like it was going to catch on fire, like burning smell. And I thought, if this actually does catch on fire, what am I going to do? So I shut it off, unplugged it, and made sure it was cooled down. Like it was too, obviously the motor is gone. So I have another motor. It's a used motor, and it's not the lightweight, quiet one. It's great. It must weigh 100 pounds. I'm not joking. You would think a sewing machine motor would not be that heavy, but it doesn't look heavy until you go to pick it up. So I had a hell of a time getting it in the house. But anyway, I have somebody coming hopefully over the next week. He wasn't sure on the day, and he is training his son on sewing machine repair. So that's kind of exciting because he's been retired for quite a long time and he still does sewing machine repairs. And there's not very many people who do it around here. Like he's the only person I know, and if couldn't take it to him, I'd have to go to New Brunswick. So that would be like to Moncton, New Brunswick. I believe there's a place there, which I don't even know where it is, but anyway, I know it exists. So big long story about that, but yes, I'm hoping this motor is going to be better because the person I got it from said they tried it and it works great, and it's going to be like I have brand new machine. So I'm excited because I've been struggling with that for a long time because I use it mostly for denim, like heavier fabrics like denim or and I bought 2 new feet for that machine, a Teflon foot and a leather foot that has like little wheels on the bottom of the foot, like for leather. And I think I was looking for a regular foot for the machine, is why I ended up getting those. So I just have the Teflon foot on there right now, which reminds me I should try and get him to order me a new foot. Machine. Anyway, because the other one, the pin was going in it. So I get that I know my industrial machine is old as the hills, but if you can keep them working, it should last you forever. So that is hopefully going to be getting fixed this week. So that is exciting because I do miss using it. It's good for doing repetitive things. And of course, I use one all day at work. Um, Christine says, I love your content. You always bring inspiration to us. Oh, what a nice thing to say, Christine. And Sue says, yes, you are much better. Because Christine and Sue have been with me since the very beginning. And I mean, you don't want to go back there. They were bad. But I was so excited when I found there was this sewing world on YouTube, and I so badly wanted to be a part of it, and I just couldn't. So I kind of dove head first, and that's what you're supposed to do if you're going to start a YouTube channel, is to just dive in and do it. And I don't regret it because I have made friends on here from talking to everybody all the time and every week. The people that come back. Sue says there's no one close to me either. So far, I've been able to fix my machines myself. Oh, very good. So I am very lucky that this guy does live fairly close. He just lives in the next town. And when I'm saying town, it's like small. So he doesn't live very far away. So luckily, he said he'd come to the house because there's no way I can get it there. Because the machine that sits on top of, because it's so old, it's all made of metal. Like it weighs over 100 pounds. And it sits in an oil bath. So then you got to put something around the machine if you're going to pick it up and move it. And then so then you'd have to drain all the oil out of the bath that it sits in and then move the actual table. And I obviously can't do that by myself and carry it up like 13 steps. So yeah, it's going to have to stay where it is. So it was either I would have to find somebody else that knew something about motors to fix it. But anyway, he's going to come and do that. So over the next week or so. So that'll be great. Yeah, otherwise I'd be looking it up on YouTube trying to figure out how to do it myself, which last time I wired something that was supposed to be easy because I'm left-handed. I did it backwards and almost burnt down my house. So when anything is electrical, even if you're just screwing wires together, I no longer do it because I do it backwards. And that's not good with electrical stuff. And obviously I have no clue what I'm talking about, so I'm just gonna stay away from that, get someone else to do it. So good for you, Sue, that you've been able to fix your own machines. That is good. So yeah, that motor is super heavy, so it's just sitting inside the door of the house, and I will be glad when it is all attached and redone. Very exciting. It would be nice to get a brand new industrial machine, but they say the old ones are better. That's why a lot of people collect those featherweight singers, and can't remember the number of the singer that everybody likes. Is it 251 is sticking in my head, but I don't think that's right. Those old singers, everybody likes them. Yes. So Things that are on my sewing radar right now is I've seen this on Pinterest. And then I'm just showing you a picture of a pattern. But I've seen this top made up on Pinterest. I think it's like a, I don't know, like a fast fashion place that's making them. But I quite like this top. I don't know. This is on Lacala. The number is what? 2695. I quite like that. But I'm kind of, I think the versions I've seen made up were like out of probably a chalice type fabric, but heavier than what you would think. So I am contemplating buying that pattern, but first I have other things I have to finish. So my dress that I'm supposed to be making, I have been working on it, but not recently. And it's here in pieces. I'll show you. So you'll believe me. You'll believe me when I say that I have been working on it and I have buried under stuff. So here is a sleeve. So it's in pieces. So I have, so that's, so it's, this side is what's called crepe, I guess. It's like got a texture to it. And then this is like chiffon. That's going to be the overlay. So, yes. So I have all the pieces. I've been working on it. And if I actually sat down and spent a couple hours, I'd probably get it done. So I have the sleeves sewn together and I wasn't sure. So these get gathered up because there's a cold shoulder version. Oh, my cat just decided to sit on the pattern as I was picking it up. All right, this is view A that you guys voted on. And it has, it's not going to show up. The cold shoulder sort of, it's very slight detail there. I think you can see that. So I have been working on it. It's just, I've been so busy the last couple of weeks. So that gets gathered up and then you sew, you kind of bind it basically. You gather this up and then you bind it. That's not going to work. Yeah, so you kind of bind it and that will encase the seam. Anyway. So yes, this is, it's been not too bad to work with. And now the cat's laying on it all. She's gonna get her hair on and everything. I have it on this chair. Oh, anyway. So I have been working on that. Sue says she has several old machines and they are much better. Yes. Yeah, that's what everybody says because they have metal parts and you can still buy parts for them. When the plastic parts go on the inside of the machine, I don't, they're harder to fix and they're just not as good. And it says there, I'm still here but having hard time to get into chat. Having to hit my phone pad hard to be able to type, so I'm not saying much tonight. Oh. It's not recognizing your fingerprint, maybe. Or your finger. Don't pound on your phone, Ed. Sue says, I wonder what happened to you. Yes. All right. Taking me way too long to make this. Yes, I know, but I am getting it done. Getting it done. I'm not starting. That is my focus this year, is to finish projects. If it takes me a while, that's okay. So something that I don't have cut out is really want to try this top for summer. I think this will work. Good. The camera doesn't seem to be focusing very good tonight. Anyway, so what's this? Butterick 6768. And I would really like to try all these versions. Yes. And I think I showed you this before. This I cut out. I've made this top before, and I think I made, I don't know. Yeah, I made view A before a long time ago, which is this one. And I have this one cut out, and I cut it out last year. I think that's correct. Because I have a pile of things that are cut out and just became seasonally inappropriate to sew them, and then actually maybe I've had this cut out longer, so who knows, it might not even fit me. Yeah. So it's had a gauze, this blue gauze, which I wish I had gauze in my shop. I would like to. And the cat is laying. So I have my thread. I have this. This is ready to go. Shouldn't take very long to make that top. So I'm excited to get that done. Sue says the piercing power of the older machines is much greater than the new ones. Yes. I noticed that on my newer machine. It makes, sometimes it just doesn't matter what needle you have in there. Edith says, nice pattern, love the cap sleeves. And Edna says, I like that dress pattern you were making. No, I don't want to break my phone. No, don't do that. Yeah. Yeah, this is a horrible picture of the dress. It doesn't even fit her. So hopefully my dress will fit me. After I say that, I just jinxed myself. So this month it'll be finishing things. And I find, and I seen that on Instagram, somebody who is a designer or something, or said this as well, that they have a good run of where they're so, and they're making all the things, and then they have a lull. And that's what happens to me. I can't seem to get into a constant cycle. Like I'll cut stuff out. It's like I have too many projects. So anyway, I have too many projects, and then when I finally get them all done, it just takes me too long, like because I have an event or something that interferes. And then it just takes me too long to get everything finished. So I'm off for actually 2 weeks this month. I know, I've only been back to work actually a month today. I've been back to work, and now I'm gonna 2 weeks. The end of July anyway. I'm off for 2 weeks. So hopefully I will get lots done. And I have lots of stuff to do for Dress a Girl as well, because yes, so hopefully while I'm on vacation I will be able to go to it's like a stitch social, not run by me, it's run by somebody else. And hopefully I'll be able to start mine up again in the fall. if there's any interest. But something everybody wanted to do, and it was brought up at the quilt show I went to, was to have a day where everybody makes dresses for Dress a Girl. So I need to get that space booked and figure out a day and get that organized and start telling people about it. So I need to figure that out very soon. Sarah, you're here. Hello and welcome. She says hello to everyone. Sue says that happens to me also, so I stopped having more than 2 projects going at one time. That seems to work for me. Yeah, I don't mind having a bigger project on the go. And I find the summer, like, that's more of a wintertime thing for me to have a really, like, my hexagon project. I haven't been working on that very much lately. That's more, I find it's more of a wintertime thing. But yeah, I have a lot of projects on the go right now. I think I have 3 patterns downstairs that I'm tracing out. Yeah. And then I have the dress that I really got to finish. And then I have that top. Because I promised myself this year I was going to start going through all my things that are cut out. Because when I used to have a sewing business, I have projects in bags that aren't finished. Like, they're just cut out. They were things that I thought I might be able to sell, or I was making 2 of. Like, if I made a thing, I'd make 2. Anyway. So yeah, I have those things. Oh, I'm burying the cat now. So I did finally get the buttons. So yeah, that's not a thing that's working for me, is having too many projects cut out, and then I lose interest in them if they're sitting there too long. So I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying to finish everything. Oh my gosh, this jacket collects every hair and thread. So the buttons are sewn on. They're not the buttons I wanted originally, but I think they look good. They're just, they have a bit of a, it's not focusing at all. Anyway, they are all sewn on. So this jacket is done, but it's too hot to wear it. It's just, it'd be a good fall jacket or like a sort of blazer style. Okay, I'm missing the chat. So Sue says hello to Farah. Edna says, so you call it a lull? Guess that is what I must be in now. Well, Edna, you get a snap out of it because you have to come to the, I don't even know what I'm going to call it, a dress-a-thon. I guess I can't really call it that. Just, what am I going to call it? Just try and everybody's going to be making dresses for Dress a Girl. What do you call it, a dress-a-thon? Nobody's raising money for anything. Making dresses. Anyway, I don't know what I will call it. I haven't really figured that out yet. So, yeah, give me an idea. What am I supposed to call that? And it says, what did you get out of the lull, Sue? I'm distracted. A great big giant, what are they called? Mosquito killers. Bug flew in here. Edith says, very nice jacket. Thank you, Edith. Sue says, I just forced myself to go to my sewing room and sew. I actually cleaned and oiled my machines, and that got me interested again. Sue says, a dress a palooza. I like that. A dress a palooza. It'll be hard to say though. Dress a palooza. Yeah. A dress a palooza. Or so, well, I guess it wouldn't really be so long either. I'm not even sure how to do it because the ladies that were interested in it wanted to do it as like one person do binding, one person's irons, one person cuts out, one person sews the panels together, that kind of thing. What I do all day at work. Sue says, say it 3 times really fast. I think I just did. Dress-a-palooza, dress-a-palooza, dress-a-palooza. How's that? Did I do a good job? I guess I can say it. A dress-a-palooza so long for Dress-a-Girl. Project Dress-a-Girl. Yeah. That's fun. I like it. So maybe that's what I'll call it. Sue said, good job. She says, dance. Dance puppet. And it says that's a good name to call it. Okay. Maybe we will. It's a Dress-a-palooza. Yeah, so we gotta get that. Well, I suppose I could do it in September, but I was hoping to do it in August, but we'll see. Give me more time if I did it in September. So that could be a potential video. I'll have to film some of it, but yeah, I'm not sure where I'm going to have it. We'll see. So I have to get that organized and figured out. So hopefully by the end of the month, I will have that figured out. Yeah. What else is happening? Yeah, so I have dresses that I need to make for Dress-a-Girl, which I probably won't show you guys. Well, I might. Won't show you all of them, but so I have to get videos filmed for that. I'd like to do it, some of it this month, if I can catch Luba, because she's busy. Sue says, I wish I lived close enough to go to that. Sue, you'd be whipping us all into shape. You'd be telling us, this is how we're doing it. Yeah, I'm not sure how. I think it would be better if everybody just came and made their own dresses, but some of the ladies wanted to do it like everybody pick a thing and make it. I don't know if you're not, that takes a lot of work to set something up like that. And you'd have to have a lot of machines. And I only have one that I can physically bring to the thing. So, no, I didn't mean it like that, Sue. I mean, the ladies, some of them are like, they do a little bit of quilting, but they're mostly knitters. A lot of them are, they knit and crochet, and I don't think they sew things that much. So I think some of them were concerned about making a dress. So that's, yeah, an assembly line. Thank you, Edith. Words fail me. Yes, I'm saying a lot. Sorry. They wanted to set up like a sort of assembly line for the people who weren't good at doing certain things, because some people were worried about doing the binding. So, yeah. Bronwyn, you're here. Welcome. How are you? You're not working too hard, are you? Yes, we were just talking about a dress-a-palooza. Sue thinks that we should call it that. Sue says assembly line sewing is very boring. Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about. Somebody will be doing something they don't really like to do, and they'll just be like not having a good time. I think it'd be easier if everybody just, and if somebody was having a hard time, somebody could help them. You know what I mean? If everybody just made a dress. So yes, we were talking about a dress-a-palooza of assembly line of dresses, sew along sort of thing. Event that I want to have maybe in September or August. We'll see. Yeah. And it says my machine is too heavy for me to carry with me. Yes, so that's going to be a problem as well, having enough machines. Like I have one that somebody could use, and then I have one that I would use. So I don't know. I'm getting called out. Bronwyn says, "Oh, that sounds like fun. It would. I need Sue and Bronwyn at my dress-a-palooza. So we just need to raise enough money to fly these ladies in to." And she says, "What's in that cup you're drinking out of?" Am I not making sense? I'm saying crazy things. It's not water tonight, I'll tell you that. Sue says, "I have a bunch that you could use." Sue says Christine also. Yes, Christine has to come too. Absolutely. He just says whiskey. No, definitely not whiskey. It's just cider. Very plain Jane. So it's Friday night. What can I say? It's been a day. Sue says, right, Edith. No. Edith says, yummy. Sue says, ripe cider. No. It's just, what is it called? Summersby cider. No, that's not what it is. Anyway, I shouldn't be drinking it out of a straw. There's not even very much in here. I didn't pour very much in there before you say it. So yes. Eve says sounds delicious. Sue says never heard of it. Yeah. Yeah, I can't. It's just cider. It's a blackberry cider, actually. Sue says, yeah, I can use some of that cider. Yes. I had a thought, now it's gone. Silence. Don't you love it? Yeah, so that is going to be a lot of work getting that organized, the Dressapalooza, if we're calling it that, and getting everything ready for Dress Girl in September. Oh, Bronwyn, you're getting a day off. That's amazing. What are you going to do besides having a cider? Yes, I like the blackberry ones instead of just the apple. I don't like the other flavors. There's what pear and I'm trying to think pear and I just don't like them. Peach. I don't like anything peach. I don't like peach flavored anything. I'm not into peaches, I guess. Um, Sue says I would actually love a vodka Collins. Too bad I can't drink anymore. Yeah, I'm not a vodka drinker. Vodka and I do not get along. It never ends well. I always feel sick. Ugh. Not a vodka person. Bronwyn says oil change for the SUV and I think puttering in the sewing room. Not sure what you were going to work on. Did you get all the dresses made for your mom? You were making dresses for your mother, weren't you? Because you've made enough dresses for, you've made like, well, what was it? 36, well, 42 dresses you made. Made a lot of girl dresses already. Oh, she hasn't touched the dresses for her mom yet. Edna says, sounds like a good plan for September. Yes, a dress-a-palooza in September. Because I said I was going to start my Stitch socials up again, so that would be a good beginning to them. Start the. I keep forgetting the cat is on the chair and she just was moving around. It kind of startled me a little bit because I can't really see her down there. Um, as she was making a noise. Yeah, so that'll be a good way to start the Stitch socials off again in the fall if there's interest for them. So hopefully the Dress the Girl will be a kickoff for that. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. Yeah, so I'll be going to that um, somewhat, I think it's called the Creative Cafe is what they call it. And ladies get together and do a sewing thing. And while I'm off work, I'll be able to go to one because they're during the day through the week. And obviously, I can't go. So while I'm at work. So I will go, and some of the ladies there are interested. So find out if they still want to do it and make a plan for that. So I probably will have it in probably the same place, likely. I think I will. So Sue says, I wish I had some sewing friends. It gets lonely sewing by myself. It is a very lonely uh, type of hobby, which some people like it that way, but sometimes it's nice to talk to somebody about sewing and what you're making and what they're making. It's inspiring that way when you get to talk to other people about it. Bronwyn says, I wish I lived closer so I could go to your socials. And Sue says, me too, Bronwyn. I know. It's too bad that we couldn't just, I don't know. I think it has internet there. I was going to say I could film it live, but you would just be watching a room full of people. They might not like that. But that'd be kind of cool. Film some of it live. But you wouldn't be able to talk to anybody, maybe. I don't know. It's an idea, isn't it? So yeah, I think it's been nice all week, and I think it's going to rain this weekend from what I hear. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm just making a list for the weekend, which I think is mostly going to be cleaning up my sewing area because I got to get this stuff moved downstairs. Although I still not very good at carrying heavy things down the stairs. My leg disagrees with that a lot. So I will be just doing that, trying to tidy up and move some things around and yeah, get those things done. Yeah, I wish all you ladies could come here and you could help me organize my sewing room. uh, Sue says I was invited to join the local quilting group, but they are a bunch of old women with not much interest in garments. Also, not much sense of humor. Oh, Sue, you're funny. Well, maybe that's what they need. They need you in there to liven them up. And Sue says, I would love to do that. It's funny when you meet somebody. When I was at the quilting show, there was a woman there, and I thought all the tables were connected. They had like secondhand, well, they were selling off remnants of fabric. They were cleaning out their sewing stash and room and had tables up and were selling it. Selling the stuff they didn't want, as one does. And I started talking to this lady, and it's just like you make friends instantly because you both shared love of sewing, and we were talking about Dress a Girl because everybody was very interested in that. And I gave out a lot of labels that day. Um, but yeah, you just make a best friend instantly when you go to those types of things. Sue says I would love to do that. Um, Bronwyn says, yeah, I'd pass on that group too. Sue says they would kick me out right away. Well, you don't know. You don't know that, Sue. It might not be as bad as you think. So, yeah. Bronwyn says there is a group out here that's a quilting group, but they invited me to join even though I'm a garment sewer. It's just I've been working on the days they meet. Yeah, that's a problem with here. I never knew there was a sewing group thing. A lot of these ladies knit though, but some of them sew, like they do a little bit of quilting and stuff. Anyway, yeah, there it's always while I'm at work. I can never go to those types of events because I'm always at work. And it says, I'm an old lady, Sue, but I have a wicked sense of humor when I get started. Sue says, I know that's right, Edna. And Sue, I'm an old lady myself. Oh, you guys are funny. Well, I am now called an old lady, and I never thought I was, but now I am, I guess. I've dyed my hair again, so I don't like to dye my hair too much because it scares me when the dye part grows out because it looks like I'm bald with all my white hair. Oh, I get a couple of streaks or something. Sue says, I don't feel like an old lady. I unfortunately do right now, hobbling around with a cane. It's funny. People are very nice to you when you have a cane, I find. People open doors for you. They carry your groceries to your vehicle. That happened to me one day. I was carrying like groceries like this. I had the cane. I think I had a bag of apples as well. And I was just hobbling along, and a bunch of guys came up and, I'll carry that for you, ma'am. And I can tell you one thing. Somebody call me ma'am, that just makes me crazy. I don't like it. But I said, yes, by all means, carry that. Go ahead. And they were very nice. So, yeah. Sue says that's to be expected. You'll leave that cane at home one day. I hope so. I almost fell at work twice this week. So I still am not all that steady. I really think I'm beginning to think the surgeon's right that I have to have my hip redone. And I am not happy about it because it doesn't seem to get any better. Anyway, hopefully he is wrong. Sue says they're very nice to white-headed ladies also. Yeah, I guess maybe I had my hair parted on one side and they thought I was older. They were very nice. Um, Probably says, oh no, I hope not. What are you guys saying? You hope not to? Oh, about yeah. I guess maybe I never told you that. I think I told Christine that. Yeah, I might have to have it redone. He thinks, the surgeon said that he thought I don't know the technical terms where they ram the rod into your leg bone. I don't know. The implant is loosening, he thinks, because I still have a lot of discomfort. Like I can actually feel the rod every step I take. I can feel it. Pressure, and I can actually feel like holes, like where the muscles were cut. They're just not healing up properly. So he thinks it needs to be redone. So, whoops, I forgot I didn't tell you guys that. Because I was trying to think that he was wrong and they're going to make me wait a year probably to see if it's going to heal up. Because some people just heal slow. And we are already, I think, the 7 months now. Anyway, I have an x-ray this month, but he said that stuff doesn't show up on an x-ray anyway. So until it pops out, I guess. So, and it says, I do bodily sue, but my mind, and it is still young and hurt. I hope you don't have to have it redone. Well, it doesn't mean I am getting it redone. I really don't want to go through it again. That was 6 months out of my life, and everything has been a mess. And I mean, every sense of the word. So, Sue says, sounds like he might be right. Yeah, I'm beginning to think he is, because the more I do, the harder. Like, I didn't sleep very good last night. My leg was so sore. Anyway, the more I do, the worse it seems to get. But I am trying to ignore all that and just go with it. because that's about all I get. There's no sense in complaining about it. Uh, oh yeah, it looks like everything is in place. Sue is saying implant should show up in the X-ray. Yes, but if it's loosening, it won't show up. Is what I'm trying to say, and he can't tell if the muscles are. And he said even if he does a CT scan or an MRI, he said it doesn't really show up where the muscles because it's still incredibly tender. Like if I pressed on my side, I'd probably hit the floor. So, anyway, I was actually thinking about joining a gym and trying to walk on a treadmill because I'd have something to hang on to. Because walking with a cane is very exhausting, like for a long way. And I thought, well, maybe if I had got on a treadmill, I'd have something to hang on to and I could walk. But I don't know. It might make my leg feel worse. Because the more steps I climb, and especially if I carry anything, I really notice it. So, but yeah, the muscles are still really weak on my side, and yeah, they don't seem to want to do anything. Sue says, I still think you went back to work too early, especially with all those stairs. Well, yeah. I don't find the stairs too bad, although I do feel every step I take, I can feel it. Like, I don't know. And the doctors just say, suck it up. So that's what I've been doing when I had no hip joint. So I had to climb stairs then. Nobody cared then. So I have a new joint. It's just not in the right spot, or it's just not healing right or something. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm trying to ignore it and just go like blazes. That's all I can do. And hopefully it's just taken way too long to heal. So I guess I will know the answer to that by the end of the year. Well, those were not his exact words, but he did apologize. Which really, you just want to, you know, did this to me and it's taken 6 months of my, like, I was off work for 6 months. That affects your income big time. I'm definitely not rich. So, yeah, you're supposed to put your health above income, but it still makes it hard. So, yeah, a lot of stress all over. No, Edna, no, you can't do that. You're supposed to be using it, Edna. I don't have room for it anyway because there's still so much stuff here. So I used to have a treadmill and I gave it to Edna because she needed it for walking. So, and it's quite big and I don't really have room for it. So, Sue says, yes, you still have to eat and pay bills. Yes. So this has been a very hard year, but everybody has hard times and stuff like that. I'm not trying to complain to you all. I'm excited about my channel doing better, and I hope that I will be able to grow it. And I got to concentrate on making new content for it. So, yeah, so if you guys ever have any suggestions, I know Farah, we did a video for her a while ago, and she said she liked it. So, yeah, so if you have any video ideas, I am happy to hear them. Well, we have been going on for well over an hour now. Always when I think I don't have that much to talk about, and I think, oh, this will be a short one, they end up being the longest videos. So it's really great when you guys come and join in. Don't forget to like the video. I always forget to say that. And it's I'm so glad that you take time out of your day to come sit with me and have a chat. And I will see you again next week. Hopefully I will be sewing something. That would that would be fun. And yeah, maybe we'll make something next time. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks for dropping by. See you next week.